Hello and thanks for joining me for this week's track guide around Mount Panorama. This is for Daily Race B in the Group 4 cars. I just want to quickly say thanks very much for all of the recent views and likes on the channel. It really seems to be growing a little bit from where I was before. Really enjoy making the videos at the moment, so if you are enjoying them, please do drop a like and subscribe or share the channel around to anyone you know. Getting into the track guide though, we're in the Scirocco with brake balance on +3, so that's 3 to the rear. And the time I've set is currently just outside the top 10 in EMEA. It's the 13th time, so really pleased with that for the start of the week. If you don't like the FF cars, then you can also use the Bugatti, the Lamborghini Huracan or the Ford Mustang. I just think the Scirocco is probably the easiest car to drive and it's the one I'm most familiar with, so let's get into the track guide, break it down and see how it works. So starting the lap off here, about halfway through the shadow that you're going to go through, there's a photographer on your right hand side, so you want to brake as you get to him, down into third gear, get the car right over onto this curb and start feeding the power in, and then use all this curb on the right as a runoff. You do want to make sure when you're feeding the power in this car that you are smooth. On the exit of nearly every corner you're going to be using just a little bit of throttle at first to get the car steady and then go to full acceleration, so don't stamp on the power or you will get a lot of understeer. Braking a little bit later than you used to on this track, so we're going to brake on the tree here just before the 50 board. Keep the car in fourth, a little bit of trail braking just to hold the car in until you get to that curb, and then, as we're saying, a little bit of throttle to start with and then feed in full power. We're then going to work our way over to the right hand side of the track, flat out through the first part of this corner, turn in early but then lift as you get to the shadow, down into third, and make sure that you get over to this white line on the left here, and then you can feed the power in fully. You do want to make sure you get right on the left there, or you'll find yourself going wide or just not being able to get the power down. Turning marker is just after this tree, so as you pass the tree just turn in gently, and it's flat out through all of this section. It's also flat out through this next bit, but I'm just going to slow it down here to show you. You need to just get right over on the right hand side by that barrier, turn in gently to get on this curb on the left, and then you will do that section flat. Little bit of a lift here just before the hill, and you want to ideally get a bit closer over to that wall. I don't do that perfectly on this lap, but a little bit of a lift there will help you out. Now here you don't want to brake until you're in a straight line, so you see I just lift at first, then brake once the car's in a straight line, down to fourth, then third. You're fully off the brake by the time you come around this corner, but then I do just use a dab of brake as I turn on the left there just to make sure I don't hit this wall on the right hand side. And now probably the trickiest corner on the track, you're going to lift just before you come round the right hand side. Once the car's straight, brake hard, down to third, and then once you start turning in you want to start lifting off the brake and feeding the power in. Really important on this corner again to make sure you get tight to that left hand side, feed the power in a little bit at first, and then as soon as you know you're not going to hit the barrier on the right, go to full acceleration. Now about halfway between the 150 and the 100 board here, on the brakes, down to third, clip this curb on the left, and then you can feed full power, and you can be a bit more aggressive on the acceleration on this corner because the car is very straight and already travelling at decent speed. And then just after the large tree on your right here, so about halfway between the 100 and the 50 board, as you pass the large tree, on the brakes, down to third, roll the car in, and same as before, a little bit of throttle until you feel comfortable, and then yeah, full acceleration from there. So that lap was good enough for a 2:10.598. Really pleased with that time and hope that helps you with getting a quick time. Hopefully see you for some races in the week, and good luck with your qualifying.